Hey there, my friend. It's time for our weekly wisdom card draw. This is your time to pause, to ground yourself in the moment, to connect with your body and soul, to reclaim the power you have to create your life in each moment, and to commit or recommit to shining your light in the world. I'm going to draw a card from our Running Your World deck, which is featuring photos from my journeys of running marathons on all 7 continents with an inspirational message on the back that's inspired by the photo and just the process of living this life. So before I draw that card, I'd like to invite you to just arrive in this moment. Let yourself let go of whatever you're doing and take just a few minutes to pause here for yourself today. So letting yourself be right here, right now, not needing to go anywhere or do anything or be anything besides just who you are. So what does that look like? That could be taking a look around at your surroundings, noticing what's around you as if you're noticing it for the very first time. Noticing what's directly around you can connect you to the present moment because that's where you are. Not in the future, not in the past. So seeing visually, also feeling somatically, meaning with the body. So feeling yourself in contact with the floor or the chair or whatever you happen to be in contact with. You can bring a hand to your heart if that feels good. Noticing your heartbeat. Maybe also noticing the breath. Certainly the breath is always, always, always something that you can connect to that brings you into the present moment because your breath is only ever here and now. So you can maybe feel the chest rising or the belly rising, feeling the air coming in through the nose, going out through the nose, whatever it is you feel as you breathe. And if it helps you to close your eyes while you do that, that's totally fine. And if you'd rather not, obviously that's totally fine too. This is all very personal and you can do this basically however you want, right? This is your practice. So there's lots of ways to bring yourself into the present moment, and a lot of it is going to be experimentation to see what works for you. So while you're breathing and being and noticing, I'm going to bring the cards to my heart and ask to be guided to the message that most wants to be heard today. That most wants to come out and inspire you to be present, to be you, and to shine that light that you were born to shine. And putting that intention out there, I'm going to shuffle the cards, and you can just keep breathing and noticing and just letting yourself relax into this moment. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just being right here, right now. And our message today is success. All right, so this is super fun because this card actually, when I transitioned from the PowerPoint deck that I've been using for about a year or so to the card deck that just came out this summer, this card got a new name and a new message. So the picture stayed the same. This card used to be called Champion. It is now called Success. So there's a whole thing about some of these cards did actually change. Some of them stayed exactly the same. There is a video that I have done in the past that talks about a little bit more about that process. But for now, let's focus on our success card that, again, was coming out to help you be you, help you be present, and help you shine the light that you were born to shine. All right, so what does our message say? How do you define success? Does it depend on a future outcome? Does it require anything or anyone outside of you to change? Does it depend on how others perceive you? If so, dig deeper. There's nothing wrong with setting aspirational goals and working to achieve them. But if an Olympic athlete is so focused on a gold medal that anything else is failure, they'll miss the true success of experiencing the full capacity and power of their body, which they can achieve whether they win gold or not. Take any goal of yours and ask, what's important to me about this? And what's important to me about that? You'll eventually reach a feeling, a state of being, a sense of purpose that's decoupled from traditional external measures of success. True success is achievable today and inspiring for the future. Let that one sink in. All right. So many places to go with this. This is one of my all-time favorite topics in the world. So, yes, we'll try to keep it under 10 minutes here. But so success, this is really all about that word decoupling, right? Decoupling your definition of success from anything that's going to happen in the future and from those external measures. We are so conditioned in our society that to kind of grow up believing that success is the amount of money we have, or the corner office, or the fancy car, or the fancy house, or the 2.5 kids, or whatever it is that we have been taught is when you have actually arrived and are, a valuable human being. And these are such dysfunctional measures of success. So really this idea of kind of digging and digging and digging until you get to a feeling. If you think about what is the money for? What is the corner office for? We want those things maybe from a sense of security, but if you dig deeper even into that, what does security bring you? It brings you maybe a state of ease or a state of calm or even a state of happiness. The deeper you dig, the more you'll actually land on the actual feeling that you're going for. Also, some of these things that we're taught to want are fear-based, right? Like fear of scarcity. So we're taught that we live in a competitive society where there's not enough pie for everyone, so we have to take the biggest slice, instead of learning that in fact we can make more pie together when we learn how to actually work together and steward our resources in a way that makes them sustainable for all of us. So many topics kind of built into this one, but it is really about asking yourself those importance questions. What is important to you about whatever this goal is that you've set? And I love to ask that again, right? And what's important to you about that? So whatever your first answer is, keep asking yourself, what's important to me about this? What's important to me about this? The answer to that. And what's the important to me about the answer to that? So that you get to that underlying piece, which has millions of ways that it can be fulfilled. So one of my own iconic stories about this is, for 20 years I wanted to be an astronaut, right? And when you want to be an astronaut, until of course commercial companies came along, there was only one way to do that, and that was to go through NASA, or depending on where you're from, the European Space Agency or Russia or whatever. The point is, for me, the way to do that was to be a NASA astronaut. When that didn't work out, my astronaut dream was ostensibly crushed. But when I asked myself what was important to me about that, what I realized was that it was because I have always had this sense of being connected to the cosmos, and feeling spiritually connected to the cosmos. I've always wanted to inspire people to greatness the way astronauts always inspired me. And I was inspired by the vision of a unified and harmonious world. So those things, I don't need to be an astronaut to do those things. I fulfill that vision and those goals every single day. Doing these little videos for you is one of the ways that I do that. So success for me for a long time seemed like it was going to be being an astronaut, but it totally wasn't. It was what was behind that goal, what I like to call the goal behind the goal. So find your goal behind the goal, and you will find a new level of success that truly is achievable today and also inspires you for the future. So have fun playing with that this week. I'll show you our card again. Remember, it's not about the actual gold medal at the Olympics. It's about feeling the connection and the power and the vitality that Olympic athlete feels, right? And again, that doesn't have to be your goal. I'm just saying the point is the goal behind the goal is what is really important. Have an amazing week and a successful week, my friend. I will see you next time.